Hi, Nicki Vee here from the 10-10 movement, assisting you to go from struggle to success in any and every area of your life. Today, again, we're going to be talking about that area of life called social life. And my question that I often get asked is, where do I go to have a better social life? Where do I go, Nicki? And I want to address that question because it's very frequently asked. So first of all, as I've said in other videos, which of course you can watch, where it says about your social life, what I've said is we have to look and notice that there are social things going on around us the whole time. Whether that's asking people in your family, your friends, or the people that you work with, or anyone that lives around you, asking them, like, where do you go? What do you do to get out of the house and have a social life? And then of course, you'll hear what they do. Okay, now you might go, yeah, but I talk to people and they're doing things, quite honestly, Nicki, that I don't want to do. Now this isn't about perhaps we've talked about in other videos, which is about you wanting to go and join things or wanting to join in with opportunities or invitations that are given you, but you don't because you don't feel like you fit in, or you don't want to be with a lot of people you don't know, all those fears that go on for us. This is where you don't know where to go. And here's what my number one thing is. Before you start to talk to people, before you start to find out where they go, who they know, what they've come across, find the thing that you love. What is it you love? Is it flower arranging? Is it baking? Is it motorcycling? Is it technology? Is it, what is it? There's so many nowadays, especially online and off. There is so many people. If you just think about Facebook groups, you could find the very thing that you love the most, the very thing that you're involved in, or that you'd love to be involved in rather. You can find your perfect social thing. Whether that's a live group, whether that's an online group, whether that's a group that sort of, decides to do something and then to share it. I think there's things like book clubs, things like that, where people have very similar interests. Maybe it's music that you're interested in. You need to find out what's going on locally. Maybe it's like glamour, maybe it's like fashion. There will always be things. And of course, nowadays we've got the internet, but let's give you something you don't know. When you ask that question, where, you've got to remember you are filtering. And if everybody says like I have, and they go, think about the thing that you love the most, and then look around locally, look around online, look around anything, and go, well, yes, this thing's going on, but if your filter, and the reason why I know this is the case, is when we still have fear going on in our bodies about being social and mixing with other people, because we're feeling like we're not good enough, or we're not going to fit in, or like we might say something that's embarrassing, or do something and won't be good, all those things, all those fears that are going on inside of us. When we hear about things, the first thing we do is say, no. And then somebody might say to you, you could, that might be good, or you could try it once, but you actually, think about this, regardless of what anybody else says, you have said no first. You have got into the habit of looking for the perfection, but actually perfection doesn't exist. I know that sounds like a strong belief, but imagine that the very perfect thing that you want to do to socialize with other people, you could probably imagine it right now, but if then you heard about something, you will be looking for what's not the same as you want. You won't be looking for what is the same. And I really upset me recently when I was coaching someone, where they said to me, they said, I'm so lonely, I feel sad, I feel like, I don't fit in, I don't seem to be able to, mix with people. And I said, well, what is it you want to do? And they said, well, actually, I have heard about this particular thing that, is happening in my local area, and it's a paid for thing. It's, you go to a monthly meeting or something on a particular subject, on this particular subject. She said, look, I've heard about it. I even know somebody that's going. But it's like in the evening and we're in the winter and I don't want to drive or I don't want to get a taxi or anything. And I go, you know what? Here's the thing. When we come up with stacking of all the reasons why we can't, we're sentencing ourselves to another months, years, maybe even decades of loneliness and not feeling like we fit in with anyone else. So that big thing that I want to share with you is that yes, there are so many opportunities out there through all the people that you know, through everywhere that you could look to find the perfect thing for you. But the second and probably even more important thing is you recognize how you, and possibly this is why you haven't had a great social life up to now, is you have always looked at what's not perfect or what's negative about this opportunity and therefore shut down and not done it. Or maybe you went once. Maybe you socialized with this group of people once and you just felt like you couldn't really interact with them. You didn't give it enough time. You gave up at the first hurdle. And so I'm going to leave it there because that's quite a strong suggestion here, is that the problem we have here is that the reason why we're feeling lonely, we're feeling like we don't have a great social life, is that actually we have a negative slant on any opportunity that comes along. And I know that you don't want to do that. And I'm hoping that just talking about it today, you've recognized that if you keep doing that, nothing's going to change. So I'm going to leave it there because we're on that sort of, I know it feels a bit like, but that's going to be the motivation to get us to mix with people and to ask about what's going on in social life so that you can take part. So if this is your first time, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can get our notifications of the videos as they come out. And if there is something that I've said about this in this video that makes you feel like you'd like to talk to somebody one-on-one privately, please do let me know in the box below, and I will get in touch with you as soon as possible. And also here there will be another video about this very subject, about your social life and how you can improve it. And here will be for you to take the life test to see where you are in every area of your life. So until next time, goodbye.